Hello and welcome back. I am a certified chess teacher. Only road to 1900 here to help you with your road to whatever rating. I am currently on a bit of a losing streak, trying to get used to recording, but I'll learn. I'll learn. So you're in this Sicilian gambit. Usually they take, go back, go here, and try to strike in center. But we will see what my opponent makes of it. Usually my rating is around 1800 plus, but while trying to record and playing some school lectures, I lost most of my rating. But I'll learn little by little to record and play. So we are pretty much out of the opening. This is just the most popular line in this gambit, with ideas of my knight going to b5 to attack this vulnerable square, sometimes assisted by the bishop. And yes, I did sacrifice two of my flank pawns for this pawn, but the point is, yes, it's two pawns for one pawn. I'm down a pawn, but this pawn had potential to actually strike the center. These two don't. And now my rook is open and my queen can open up. So here I do have to think already. This just looks very normal. And I think there is a line with bishop here, then bishop c4. You can take, but that was losing for a reason. It's pretty difficult to remember. I'm pretty sure this is still the best line. After this, I don't know if the line with bishop c4 is after e6 or e5. It's one of those, but I'm not sure which one. Because the point is I can sacrifice my bishop here. If he takes, I can take his bishop with a royal fork. But if I put my bishop on c4, he can take, trapping my rook. And I don't actually know the line after that. I can check, take the bishop with a check. You can come forward, for example, attacking my knight, after which I might have to take the pawn, opening up my queen to your king and defending my knight. You can take the rook, but then I have a lot of discovery attacks and activity. It's complicated. I hope that line doesn't come to life. Check is also very common. I think the move is to block with the knight, but I can't remember why bishop blocks isn't the move, because bishop blocks looks nice, so I can put my knight f3 still, after which the g pawn is blocked off the queen, so it's not a target when my bishop moves. Putting the queen back, that's quite a weird move. I am very eager to attack his knight. And if you go back, I could try this. And how do you stop knight coming here? I think that's nice. There are no checks, which is very nice. It makes it way easier to calculate. That's a blunder. That's a blunder. So if I take, by the way, you can take with a check. I take back, and you cannot take my knight because I can take your rook, which would attack your bishop, by the way. You will have to or defend your bishop or defend your bishop like this, but you can because of the pawn. So king here, and then I can take, and it's pinned and attacked. So I hope you see that whole calculation. You just missed that the pawn is actually pinned. So I'm expecting him to trade queens, but it's a bad move. He should keep queens on the board, but he's probably thinking, oh no, I blundered, but at least I can take his castle, right? Maybe that's a little advantage, and his king will be stuck in the center, and then I can attack it, and but it's a bad move. Don't trade. Don't. Probably something like queen d6 or something makes sense. Like, you just can't trade queens. I don't care where you flee to, but yeah, that's bad. You still can take, by the way. If you would take, I take, this is pinned, you have to defend. I can take the pawn with an attack on the bishop, which is pinned, so I will instantly queen, and it's GG. That's just GG. So taking is a massive blunder. And this is a threat now. And imagine you like stop me, I could give a check maybe. Check, you go up. Don't know, maybe just develop my knight, develop the bishop, keep this pin, just I mean, I understand the idea, but I can attack your bishop. Now you want to move your rook. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, and now my knight is hanging. Oh, that's very annoying. Why didn't I calculate at all anything? So maybe here you take, I take. You have to blockade, I can defend. Oh wait, your bishop is also hanging, so I'm not even losing. I thought I was losing. So I just move here, probably. No checks, and his light squared bishop can't flee. This is still an annoying check. I'm not losing, I thought I was losing. Yeah, probably here. I don't want to block the bishop or my knight. So now the bishop has to move. I don't know why I thought I blundered, but now he will have to save his bishop. And I can choose between check, takes, push, attack the rook looks stupid. Developing a piece is quite difficult. If he takes, by the way, I might... No, it's not strong enough. I thought of an in-between move maybe, but it's not strong enough. Although, imagine like takes here, blockade, takes with a check, has to move upwards. Not strong enough, I think. I mean, now it's his choice. Do you trade? He trades. Okay, so I can just take a bishop. I can take a pawn, but I'm not really threatening anything. I can threaten his rook. But after he goes here, I just take and I lose this pawn. I mean, I win a pawn back, but that's not really the point. So I think I'll just take the bishop. Oh, he'll take that. Maybe it was better to... Yeah, okay, maybe I need to calculate it a bit further, but I'll be fine. I just have to cover his rook infiltration. Now I'm attacking this. Pushing it forward looks quite natural, but I think it's a pretty bad move. I think allowing my knight on d4 is horrible for him. And if you try to like attack it again, I can give a check. You have to come upwards, and that's already a fork. So yeah, that's not good. Attacking it again is poisonous, as we saw. Only move, that's a fork. He does have a passed pawn. I'm only up a pawn, by the way. Like, he sacrificed a piece, I think, for a rook and a pawn or something. So I can attack. You have to defend, probably. Not strong enough. If I go here, that doesn't make sense. If I go here, that makes sense. So that I can take. That does make sense. You don't have a thread, right? I don't think so. Moving your knight here does defend this, but it blocks your bishop, so now I have to like basically strangle you. I just can't let you have breathing room. If I now lose the thread, I'm done for it. Like, I'm just only up the exchange. So I still have to be very accurate to win this, but my pieces are just surrounding him. He's playing without a bishop and a rook. I'm playing without a rook. My bishop is kind of active, but like all of his pieces look pretty bad. Yeah, so now I would love to develop my other bishop. Or I can just develop my other rook, maybe. What do I do? This bishop is so blocked for no reason. Maybe putting my bishop here. I mean, this probably is better, so it's defended for like any potential tactic. So like, let's say I put it here. You can move your knight. Then takes, you take either way. I can attack the pawn. This is not defended. So maybe putting it here so that this doesn't come with an attack. Or I could take, put my rook here, and how do you defend the pawn? Rook here might be a move. King here might be a move, I meant. That's annoying. Maybe I can just put my king up, by the way. Trying to grab the other pawn. But taking looks dumb. I don't know. Takes. Rook here. King here. What's next? Can you move? What if I just don't do anything? So like bishop here, knight here is annoying. That's annoying. And then I probably need this pawn break. So what if I do this pawn break instantly? You can't push the pawn, which is nice. I'm controlling your knight. So after here and takes. I'm controlling your knight still. That looks nice. I think that looks nice. And after takes, I can just take this and I should be in great shape. By the way, threatening this fork. So this is a threat. I'm covering rook infiltrations pretty well. I think the pawn break was pretty essential. Without that break, my bishop is dead. If my bishop is dead, my rook is dead. And like this pawn is actually pretty annoying. I need so much tempo trying to revive this bishop. And now I'm just creating two clear weaknesses. I didn't think of this. I can take. And that should be fine. My bishop is still dead. But I have a threat. I have a target. My rook is pretty dead too, but I might try to get it here. I do have to move my knight, but I could move here attacking this. Or he just takes. Fine. Okay. So there's no actual threat, I think. I could take, you take back, I attack the rook. You can defend, but I can attack your knight again. I could try takes. Maybe just king here to dominate the knight. He does get this with a check after. But if I go here, giving you a check, I can take the pawn. So I'm thinking about takes because it actually doesn't develop a piece for him. Then I could go here, trying to control this and maybe set up a potential tactic. Yeah, that looks nice. Don't I have a tactic here already? I can take this. After which your knight isn't defended anymore. So I just take this. And if you take back, I can take. You can infiltrate, annoyingly enough. But I can take the pawn attacking this again, defending everything. So I think that works. Takes here. You can't defend the pawn anymore, so I will win this again. Yeah, that looks nice. And if there's any annoyance, I might have a check to save me if it's needed. If takes, I also have this. So like takes here, you defend your rook. I can check you. So you have to go here, then takes. That's not strong enough. I think a 3-piece with an extra pawn is way better than... Okay, going for complications, respectable. I could go here. You can take this with a check. I can attack your knight. I could... Can I not move anywhere with a threat? By the way, you can take my knight because I have this. So low key, I can just go here, defend everything. If you go here, I can sack 2 p. Oh no, that just wins rook, I think. Going here, you take. I go here. You have to defend. I get this check. You have to defend again. I can check. You have to defend again. I can check, but then you can take my bishop. Okay, my bishop isn't defended there. So if I sacrifice, or I just kick your knight again, if you take my knight, I can do this. You can get away with check, maybe. That's very annoying. This is difficult to calculate while talking. I could go here after this. I don't know. So I could go here, but that looks dumb. I could defend my knights. You take a pawn. I can go here. You have to pacify your knight. You don't. You could go back here, but then this. So I think that's fine. And I'm setting up some potential tactics, I presume. I mean, yeah, check for sure, and that just wins a rook. Yeah, I should be golden here. That's pretty nice. So you have check, but first of all, I don't have to react. Second of all, I might go for takes, and then then I can come back. So after check, take, you have to take. I can save my knight, but that's not with a thread, annoyingly enough. So you could... Oh, okay, that's pretty annoying. I would really love to show you a conversion, but my opponent just surrenders. So opening wise, these are the best moves, I presume. Yeah, so this is all the best, and I'm totally winning already. I was thinking about this. Yeah, this is the best move. But what after takes? Take the bishop. You go here. I take the pawn. Oh, I calculated this all correctly. And here I'm down a full piece, basically. But totally winning after queen check. You go here, check. Let's say you go here. And you have to sacrifice a bishop. That's crazy. So takes here, check, takes here, and maiden one. That's a beautiful May, by the way. Okay, I'm not gonna study that, but if I know I'm completely winning after, I just know I have to invest the time. So I'm completely winning, best move. That's a big mistake. Trading is also not the best, I presume. Yeah, just take a free pawn. I mean, fair enough, but trading queens is human, but emotional. That's the best move, but I blocked. He got queenside castle. That will be quite disgusting. Here. Taking this is stupid, yeah, so you have to save. I could take this with a check, then save my knight. Fair enough. That looks like a beautiful position too. So everything's pretty clean. Yeah, then between move was better. I saw after because just stakes, and sacrificing this pawn in this fashion just still damages your structure and gives me this check indeed. So yeah, it's sacrificing the pawn. What is in between move was pretty smart. I don't know why I didn't, but lost a little bit of advantage. And yeah, I saw this coming, and I can take. Takes, takes. Oh, I just pin you. Okay, that's beautiful. And if you defend, I can just keep attacking. If you defend, I can just bring my rook pretty calmly. You can try to block, but I will pin you again. Yeah, and if you just... What about this? Oh, then you block your rook. Well, that's beautiful. You cannot defend your knight without or blocking your rook or stepping out of the pin. That's beautiful. Okay, I didn't see that. That's a pretty difficult concept to see, but I found a fine move. Okay, pinning me would be quite annoying. Fair enough. Fair enough. So he just defended, and is that not the best move? This slow approach is better. Pin me, bring the king up to unpin, bring the king to defend, unpin, give me the open file for absolutely no reason. Knight here to defend my infiltration square, trade, king here, let's say you defend, oh, that's a beautiful tactic, and after check I win your rook. So tactical. So king here, and then I can attack. I can try to defend, but then I have check. Takes. Okay, yeah, I'm winning that. My pieces are way more active. That's beautiful. I mean, so I saw this coming. I didn't see the tactic, but fine. This pawn break wasn't the best move, but it's fine. I trade. That tactic is not the strongest. Infiltrating is better, but what's my actual ID? I mean, that's just a complete pawn sacrifice. What? What if you go here? I attack you from the other side, okay. If I go here, you lose the pawn and I can sacrifice. What? Takes. Is this just unstoppable? Oh, that's unstoppable. That's mate. What? Rook here, I fork. That's disgusting. Those are such beautiful mates. No, so like, yeah, fair enough, infiltrating is better, but I mean, it's a free pawn. Judge me. Infiltrating again. Yeah, so you just evaluating, like you don't have a threat, I will just infiltrate. Yeah, fair enough. So knight here and he just stops. So like king here is his best move, but apparently I just sacrifice. Attack the knight, you go back. Attack the knight again, you can check. You have to give away. And then I just slowly win the pawn. Oh, I for sure win the pawn. I attack the pawn. If you defend like this, I win this. If you defend like this, I have check. I mean, both. I have this check. Wait, I don't have the check. Well, what's the problem with this? Check. Go away. Check. Go away. Check. Go away. And I just... Oh, I blockade your own pawn with your own king. That's a very weird concept. Going here? What's the point of this move? I don't understand these moves, actually. Now I have to sack a rook. What if you just go here? I can checkmate you, okay. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, okay, that's beautiful. That's a very weird checkmate. So it's still quite complicated. My opponent shouldn't have... Like, after this, I was thinking about playing this. I was expecting check. I wanted to go here. Takes, and then win this pawn. This is the best move, but I will just trade pieces. So I don't know why you would do that, but okay, fair enough. I'm just up a clear bishop after this, so my opponent resigns, and it's fair. It's fair. So, like, I want to recap the best concepts and why they work. So I just sacrifice these pawns for a lot of activity, like a lot of activity. And like, don't play this if you don't know it. Like, these are openings and concepts that you should actually try to memorize. So I memorized up until here, but like, I just saw the pin, so it's a free knight. Then trade queens, only legal move. He gives a check, I can block with a tempo, so like, blocking with a tempo is also nice. He checks me, but that's still under attack, I don't care. And now, here is like one nice takeaway. If you're gonna lose a pawn for sure, so like you have takes and then takes, you're gonna lose the pawn. Try to maybe sacrifice the pawn first or something more valuable than nothing. So like, takes, fine. But I can do this. I'm threatening your rook. I'm threatening kind of promotion. So you have to block this, then I can take. Difference being, after you take this, first of all I get a check, and you lose your castling right, so you shouldn't even take the pawn, funny enough. Second of all, your structure is still damaged. I can give this check if I need it. Your best move is going here. I can still check you. You will still lose your castling rights. I can just develop. And now you can take this, and sure, I still lost the pawn, but first of all, I probably temporarily gained another pawn for it. Second of all, your structure was still damaged. So that's like one thing that you should put in your thinking process. Like, I'm lose this, can I give it away for some slight advantage? I didn't do that. That was probably bad. Then I developed pieces. That was fine. I put a knight in the center, which was nice. This was not good because I had this weird tactic to lure him into a pin, and then I had to see that geometrically I could pin it, he had to defend it, I could pressure it, he has to defend it, then I can just calmly put my king up to attack it with a rook. You can block it with a bishop, but then your king can't access this square, and it's geometrically impossible to end defend your knight, not be in the pin or block your rook. Like that's not human, but I guess something to keep in mind. But if I would have it again, honestly, I won't find it again. And here I thought that was a nice pawn break, and I mean, I lose 0.3 seeing just a pawn break instead of this whole zigzag thing, and like, you can't do anything. So I'm still pretty happy with this move. His best move is just to sacrifice it for nothing, so I don't care. Takes is nice. He tries this. I trade because my rook opens up, his rook doesn't, and he loses his castling rights. Like, that's a pretty nice deal. Infiltrating is better. Anytime you can infiltrate, especially your rook to like the 2nd rank or 7th rank, just look if it's any good. Here it's pretty weird that, what was it, like rook here, and then you can defend everything because you will take this, and then you can like pin this. That was a weird thing, but still, the infiltration is a pretty obvious move to find. So I sacrificed this, and it wasn't the best, but I don't care. Still, the rook infiltration was nice, especially because my knight isn't even attacked. I could have just done this, and if you take, I can pin you, and your king can defend it now. So this infiltration actually makes sure I just win this. And after like check, put up, like there's nothing here. When I guess you can defend it. I can attack it again. Now you can defend this. After check here, check. You have to defend your knight, and I can pin your knight again, so you will lose it anyway. That's beautiful too. So like my pieces are so active. This infiltration was pretty obvious. I should have found it, to be honest. I didn't, but like this was still pretty easily winning. So I hope you learned something and like actually learned something. I could change your complete thinking process, and if you see you're losing something, that you will just throw it away for some value. I think that's the best takeaway. I hope you enjoyed. Consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.